Carlson now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game started to exploit it, and try and move the football.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
Now Trubisky on first down, being chased out left. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here's Trubisky. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears will extend their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Burton. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Gone!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him.
Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Dancing to his left. And this is going to be intercepted. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they'll be down just outside of the end zone at the 1-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Now Trubisky back into his end zone. Completes it to Quick. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They go play action here on 1st down. Forced out to his... He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
They run with Hines. Finding room to the 20. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks able to make this a close game again.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Onto the field now come the Bears. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Lock in, lock in. 4 down, check, 4 down.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
On third down, Trubisky. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
What are you doing?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard.
Hey, we're go, let's go. 18.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. And an alley to run. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Set up. 180.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
In today's NFL, when you get teams in long yardage situations with your defense, you're really going to go to your speed packages. You're going to get smaller, lighter guys on the field in order to cover the expected pass. So they might want to run the ball against a smaller, lighter lineup with your big guys, and that's exactly what happened on that play. It was tough on them, and now instead of being in 3rd and very long, they ended up setting themselves up in 3rd and manageable. They've got a chance at a 1st down.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Red, up. Hey, gotta go.
He'll get it up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Bears will add on to their lead. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Watch him now, Barney.
They'll set up to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, to come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fisher. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
He'll look to throw, sliding out of the pocket. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And a nice gain of 21 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal. So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Aaron Donald in there to get him for what will be a loss of 13 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
It seemed like the situation was 2nd and a mile to go for a first down, which screams what? Throw the football. You got to pass in order to try and pick up that kind of yardage. But in this case, they ran a tendency breaker, because the tendency is for defenses to be out there and be set up for a pass. So you break tendency and actually run the football. That changes everything, because if you're able to find a crease, you often have bigger guys working against smaller guys downfield. They picked up excellent yardage there to bring up a third down. Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Play action. Now Trubisky. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Down his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bears will extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Carlson now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
There's a completion to the tight end, and I think that we're looking at something out of central casting, frankly.
Absolutely.
I mean,
size, the hands.
the speed. I mean, can flat out run. You put that whole package together, you light up the eyes of an offensive coordinator, don't you?
He'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he gets it down to the 32. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
The screen was executed and completed, but where's the worry on the play? How many times is a quarterback going to get hit? Because offensive linemen have to do an acting job of making sure it looks like they're whiffing on blocks. But you got to slow them down a little bit, because if you don't, that's a lot of big guys coming at your quarterback in a big, fast way, and boy, he can get hurt.
Buzz, be ready.
Watch it now.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. They'll set up a throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll look to throw again. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the 4th down attempt and keeping the drive alive?
Detroit!
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now it's Hines, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are.
And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Gun! Watch it now, Barney! Detroit!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete. Jay Gruden's guys unable to convert on 4th down. And the Bears will get the football back. Trubisky brings the Bears up 1st and 10 at their own 16. Now Trubisky to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
18.
On second down, here's Trubisky out to his left. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
You got four.
Back now at Soldier Field.
Let's go.
Let's see what they draw up here. 3rd and long following the sack of Trubisky.
Tight right. 18.
Hey, 4 down.
Hey, 18.
Right here, guys.
Hide.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. He's going to let this one into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41, and they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So they get the takeaway, but that's just step one. They still have a lot of work to do.
But they don't want to focus on that now. Now it's about getting the ball in the end zone and hoping they can take it away again.
Yeah, still a 3-score game, though, 4th quarter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Back to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his right. The 20. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A gain of 32 that time.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield, but when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Looking to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Hines. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks are able to close the gap just a bit. Now, he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Now it's Wilson. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, and I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe...
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. It's a big-time play there for the Bears. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bears will add on to their lead. Carlson now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Fisher, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Back to throw here. Rolling to his right. And he floats one there, incomplete.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
All right, now, look at 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears will get the football back. The Bears offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example. And now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
On the stop, Breland speaks. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Looking deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Chicago. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears will extend their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down
caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he lost the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing is ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Over the middle, complete. It's Joseph. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, a 22. Oh, Trubisky going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he slides to avoid the hit. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll give it to him up the middle. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Seahawks. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong, whatever you call.